Are you serious? Are you serious? Tonight, prime time, Monday night prime, 8 p.m. Eastern. My guest is going to be BPEarthWatch. And we're going to do about a 90-minute show. The reason is we have this information, Comet 45P Honda. It is going to be visible by the naked eye about New Year's Eve. A prophetic sign? Possibly. The Bible says there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and the stress of nations with perplexity, the sea, the waves roaring. Men's hearts will fail them for fear, for looking after those things that are coming upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. We have to take this serious. He says, then shall you see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, he said, look up. Lift up your head, for your redemption draweth nigh. Comet 45P. This thing came around by the earth. I remember it. I covered it back in 2011. It's back. Every 5.25 years, it makes a return. But this time, like never. It's going to come very close to the earth. It'll be between the earth and the sun. We'll spot it. Potentially start seeing it on the New Year's Eve. And as we get closer throughout the month of January, it will be coming in. But it's February 1st through February 12th, even the 13th. February 1st through the 13th. This comet will start to come in a collision course toward Earth. It won't hit Earth. But it's going to be a close approach. It's going to be a very close approach. The question is this. As it's between the sun and the earth, anytime a comet goes by the sun, it usually causes a gravitational pull, and the sun will release solar flares, mass ejections, creating CMEs. The problem is when this comet goes by us, it'll be directly in line with the sun. Thus, we could see massive solar flares of a biblical proportion from the sun, and it would be then earth-facing because we'd be right there and would receive the brunt of this. All right, that's one thing we got to look at. Well, what does CMEs do? What does the solar flare do? Well, it can cause massive earthquakes upon the earth. We know this already. And we've got history that when comets go by the sun, there's usually large solar eruptions, which send out very strong CMEs, and that is dangerous if they are earth-facing. Well, this is very high probability of it, between February 1st and February 13th. Now, we have another problem. Sometimes when comets go by the sun, the pressure causes them to break up. We saw it with Comet Ison. Everybody thought for sure Comet Ison was going to do its perihelion around the sun, and when it darted out, it was supposed to be the brightest comet since the Star of Bethlehem. Remember that? But the problem is it broke apart into 3 big pieces, plus a bunch of smaller ones. And then when that happened, it no longer became this bright and shining star, but this dangerous object flying through space with 3 big rocks and a lot of debris behind it. Comet 45P, a Honda, when it gets this close to the earth, if it breaks apart, then that debris could be thrown into the path of the earth, and that could be a major issue. So you got to worry about, because of this proximity of the earth and the sun and this comet, we have the potential for explosive solar flare eruptions, which could create earthquakes on the earth, or the potential of the comet breaking apart. It doesn't mean it will. I pray it don't. I'd like to see a spectacular show without a problem. We'll just have to wait and see, folks. We're going to be all over this. And as the Lord, and I tell you, I wouldn't be as concerned about it had the Lord not given me a word and said that 2017 was going to be a year, an absolute year of chaos. Well, I'm concerned about that. We're going to have to wait and see just what this all means. Tonight, special broadcast. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. My guest, BPEarthWatch. Live. We're going to have graphics. We're going to show you exactly how it works. We're going to bring it all out. Now, if you want to see all the graphics and everything, you'll need to be at my website to watch it at paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com, or the new live stream channel, or Roku satellite. You'll be able to see all of the graphics that BP has brought together. My son, Brock Begley, will be producing the broadcast. It'll be powerful. We will also be live on Blog Talk Radio, and you can listen to it if you dial the number 347-324-5208. Or if you have the Paul Begley Prophecy app on your phone, you can watch it in HD and see all the graphics. Or you can just watch it live right here on YouTube. You won't see any graphics, but you'll hear the explanation. BP will join us. Matter of fact, let me give you about 2 minutes of the concern that BP has about this incoming comet.
The coronal mass ejections and solar flares ejected in this electrical universe toward Comet Honda while the Earth is behind it. So we'll have to watch that. The other thing is this stress thing I was mentioning. It may be far enough to where it doesn't react. These comets can break up as they get close to the sun and speed up and get ready for that slingshot back out into space, guys. They will tear apart, and it will become multiple nuclei. Now, if that happens as it starts to dive in, the Earth would be in the path of any debris. And sometimes these comets have some debris with them. But it's not going to be like right on top of the planet. But it's going to be a close approach. And again, I think the CMEs, solar flares, are what we're going to have to watch for. Now, you can see February 1st. They go up to the 11th, 12th. That's our close approach.
And folks, that is going to be a very close approach. We'll show you all that tonight. So there's two possibilities. The comet could break apart, sending debris into the path of the Earth as it continues its orbit. Or the comet stays intact, but pulls toward the sun, pulls on it, releasing some magnanimous solar flares that could then send some very powerful CMEs toward the Earth, causing mass earthquake or powerful earthquakes. We know that can happen. Or nothing. The comet stays intact. The solar flares don't erupt, and we have a spectacular show by this tremendous comet. Very close, very close, very close. We're going to stay on top of it all the way. The Bible gives us some clues. There is going to be some deep impacts. And don't forget 5 waves of energy. As the second wave of energy is coming through the Earth on December the 26th, and will continue the pressure on the Earth for 100 days. Now that's according to Mike from around the world. So as the Earth is getting pressure from the waves of energy, probably from Planet X, way out there in the distance, we have a comet going by extremely close and in proximity with the sun, causing potential mass solar flare ejections and earthquakes. And Lord help us if that comet breaks apart and throws big rocks in our path. Just saying. Don't miss tonight's live broadcast. BP's got even more information on this. He'll break it down for you to make it so simple you'll understand. 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Prime time.